So before we can go even take one step at getting this fiberglass taken care of, getting things fixed on here, the new hatches, the C deck, and doing the console work, is we have to clean it. And for cleaning this, I went out and I've got one of these Grant's handheld steam cleaners. I don't know how well it works yet. I haven't even opened the box. And then I'm gonna use this Dytech hull and bottom cleaner first and wipe it down. They're not sponsoring me. I am not making any money off this video, but I did want to talk about this Dytech product. I originally bought it for my sailboat because it had this bad tannin stain on the starboard side from the canal that I bought it in. On low tide, the boat would lean, and there's a tannin stain above the water line. This is advertised as being eco-safe, so you can use it when the boat is in a slip or it's on the water. So that's why I got this, and I was very, very impressed with this. So I think that I'm gonna not use the bottom wash that I had been using previously, and this is gonna start to be my go-to. So what I'm gonna do now, I'll get this open, I'll get this set up, and then we'll get to cleaning this nasty hole. Okay, so I got to go get some water for the steam cleaner and a bucket for the bottom cleaner. And then we're going to brush this in, let it set for a few minutes. Take the steam cleaner and steam it all down this way back into the bilge of the boat. I've got some buckets back here on the bilge hole or the drain hole, and it'll catch all the water and the cleaner there. All right, so now we wait. There's a few minutes. You got to let this whole wash soak on the boat. I forgot how many minutes it was, but we're just going to go with the 8 minutes or so that this steam cleaner says to wait. So, oh, I guess it's ready now. So, all right, here we go. So this is what we're going for here. You can see, obviously this looks worse because it's still got the steam in it, but that's kind of what we're going for. It's not the fastest method to do this. The actual cleaner's doing 99% of the work. The steamer's just trying to get it in these little cracks of the non-skid and just getting little, bits and pieces out that we're not going to be able to get with just a brush or hosing it off. So we're going to do that to the whole boat, and I'll come in and show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, so we're done cleaning the hull. This guy here did most of the work. This worked okay for some of these smaller spots, like the real hard to reach spots or the spots that had a lot of grime in them. Along the gunnels and back in the backs, it was not the best tool for the job for any of this anti-skid or real large areas. Maybe if you had a bigger one, but this one was just the wrong tool for the job. But as I move it along in the project, I think that this is going to come in handy, especially when I start taking these hatch lids off. You're going to see a bunch of grime underneath of them, old silicone and stuff like that. That'll be real nice to get in there and clean that out with. But let me take you around the boat real quick and show you why we're doing what we're doing here. There's a bunch of little spots I gotta fix and take care of. So like as you can see here, I've got a bunch of little chips in the gunnels here. You'll see these little spider cracks are going to have to get done. There's holes from the old bimini, more spider cracks. Looks like there's little holes here from the old snaps that have plumbed out. Somebody decided they were going to use, I don't know, maybe Bondo or something in here. This is all going to have to be sanded down and redone with some new fiberglass. I don't know what I'm going to find underneath this thing, but I guess we're gonna see. And then you can see it better here. You can see it better here in the back, right in here where all of the, I hope that this is marine grade paint, but it kind of looks like somebody just went through and painted this. I don't know. It might actually just be a latex, like an exterior latex. But, you know, when I get rid of this cooler seat, as you can see, this is all dry cracked in here and dry rotted. You can see it is actually back here, but it was almost like somebody might have taken, I don't know, maybe even a spray can of paint. I'm really not sure. But we're going to take this down with probably 100 grit, maybe 120 grit to get down to this base layer here. You can see right here across the transom, you got this big crack. You've got, you know, a hole here in the gel coat. All this cracking around these bales, these cockpit bales here need to be replaced. And then there's this guy right here. You can tell that the old owner had put, you know, this is where the steering shaft goes when there was an old two-stroke on here. So this is all going to have to be fixed. And you can, again, I think somebody went over this with Bondo. This trolling motor plugs coming out of here. There's a little ding down here that needs to be done. And it was the same thing here in the center. Somebody had patched some holes here or something with, again, I think this is Bondo. It looks a lot like Bondo. There is an onboard fuel tank in here that I don't know if it works or why the old owner stopped using it. That is going to be another video. I'm going to shove a camera down there, see if I see anything crazy. If I don't, I'm going to fill it up, pressure test it, see if it will hold fuel. Then I'm going to put a pickup back in it. I'm going to run that pickup line over into that compartment there where this water fuel separator is going to go inside. We'll get like the through hole connector to be able to connect it to a fuel line that will go back onto the engine. So we're going to be taking everything off of the transom because I've got some trailer work that needs to be done. So I need to lift the boat up, get the bunk slid forward, the forward bunk. So where the bunk ends, this forward section of the bunk right about here on the trailer needs to be lifted probably 4 inches or so because there's a gap between the hull of the boat and the bottom or the top of the bunk. The bunk supports were not long enough. So I bought a new set of trailer hardware. We're going to put that on there, pull them bunks up, get the trailer squared away. And then we've got little nicks like this where the gel coat's popped out and you can see fiberglass. We've got a bunch of those little spots in the hull. I think there's 3 of them. We're going to show you how to grind these out, feather them out, put some epoxy in there, use the fumed silica gel coat, make it like a gel coat putty to putty these back in, and then we'll use guide coat and we'll finish those up. This boot here is going to get replaced. All right, so there's still a lot to do. The next several videos, you're going to see a lot of gel coat work, a lot of fiberglass work, and some of the trailer work before we get into doing anything fun, like new electronics, the hatches, things of that nature. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.